Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rajan. I'm the business development of Student Connect, and today we are actually hosting this webinar Study, Live, and Work in the UK. I hope everyone can see our slides as we will be presenting the whole uh, presentation here. Here with me is my colleague from our Nigeria branch, Joy, and then from Ghana branch, Micheline, and then from London branch, Sajid. So we'll be having this webinar for almost 40 to 50 minutes. So please take your time. First, I will ask my colleague from Nigeria, Joy, to talk about bit about the topics we are going to present today. Just to give an overview, we are going to cover four topics in total. First, it will be about the university and application overview. After that, it's about the student visa and process. After that, it will be about the student life in the UK. And last would be work opportunities in the UK. So first, I will ask my colleague Joy to talk a bit about the UK university and application overview. Yes, please, Joy.
Thank you, Rajon. Thank everyone for joining our live session today. As my colleague Rajon has mentioned, so I'll be taking you through the process of the UK University application overview. I'll be starting from the research stage down to you getting to sit in actual UK classroom. So moving to the process. So basically, it involves four stages, which are the research stage. The first stage is the research stage. The second stage, the apply stage. While the third stage is the offer stage. Then the fourth stage is the deposit stage. Basically, the research stage is you identifying the right course for your career goal. So this is the stage whereby you decide on the course you want to study. This is the stage whereby you decide on the university you want to apply to. Moving forward to the apply stage, after you must have identified the right course for your choosing career, then you move on to submitting application. So this is where Students Connect will be coming in to assist you with university application, reviewing your documents, then assisting to put in the application. The third stage will be offer stage. So this is receiving an acceptance from the university. So this is the stage whereby you get your offer letter. Depending on the offer, it could be a conditional offer, it could be an unconditional offer. So an offer is a conditional when university has requested for one or two documents for you to provide. Why an offer is an unconditional offer when you don't have to provide any additional documents, you just move to the deposit stage, you making an initial payment to the school. So the final stage after the offer stage is deposit. So one of the way for you to accept or confirm your admission, your offer, is by paying the initial deposit as stated on your offer letter. To pay your initial deposit, this is one of the way to reserve your seat to confirm that you have actually accepted your offer. So let me run through again: research stage, apply stage, offer stage, deposit stage. So for UK application, the process simple, transparent, and mostly it is free. Yes, you don't have to make payments for any application fee and all of that. So moving on to documents required for application. So you need a detailed CV, a well-structured UK standard CV, highlighting your education, your previous education, your work experiences, your skills and achievements. So your CV has to be detailed and it must include all of this information. And the next documents will be academic transcript and certificate. So you need your official transcript and certificate from your previous institution. Moving on to reference letter. A formal recommendation from an academic or employer issued on official letterhead with signature and contact details. Your reference must be on an official letterhead. So kindly take, moving on to passport is required, a cleared valid copy with maximum of 6 month validity on your passport from the date of your class starts, meaning that your passport has to be valid 6 months after your course start date. Kindly go through your passport again to ensure that your passport is valid. If not, you can start the process of renewing your passport now. Moving on to personal statement. So the next document, personal statement. Personal statement, of course, is a crucial document explaining your academic background, motivations, career goal, and why you are suitable for the choosing course. So I do tell my students, this is where you sell yourself to the school. You need to state why you want to study the course. You need to state your motivations, why you choose UK as your study destination, why you choose the particular university plans action. So your personal statement, you must craft a compelling personal statement. And the final document here is English language proof. Evidence of English proficiency, such as an IELTS. However, your previous study can be used for can be used as an exemption of this requirement. Yes, for Nigerian students, Ghanaian students, you can use WAEC or NECO as well as English proficiency letter. WAEC and NECO English minimum of 6 in English language. So you don't really need an IELTS if you're from Nigeria and you are also from Ghana. Next slide, please, Rajan. Okay, so moving on to the course information. For undergraduate student, basically 4-year program with foundation year includes some university offer placements for extended years, and for the tuition fee ranges from £12,000 to £15,000 per year, while scholarship ranges from £2,000 to £5,000 per year. Moving on to postgraduates, is 1 year course duration. Some university offer placements or advanced practice so that you can have a real world experience, more like an internship. It's your choice. You might choose to go for internship year, and you might choose not to go for internship year. It's not compulsory. The tuition fee range for postgraduate students is range from £13,000 to £16,000 per year, while the scholarship is from the range of £1,000 to £5,005 per year. Next slide, please. Okay, so for still on the course information, so for the deposit, usually it's around 30% to 50% of the tuition fee, depending on the school. While the intakes available is January intake, May intake, September intake, which is the largest intake. Currently, application is ongoing for May intake and as well for September intake. Please reach out to us as Students Connect. We'll be assisting you through the process of your application down to the visa stage free of charge. So students are required to pay a deposit after receiving an offer. Yes, you are required to pay a deposit after receiving an unconditional offer to confirm your place. Kindly note that your deposit is 100% refundable, subject to university terms and conditions. Yes, I get a lot of questions from students. I get this question a lot from students, that is my deposit refundable? Yes, your deposit is 100% refundable, subject to the university terms and condition. Next slide, please. Okay, so our services as Students Connect, we are partnered with over 100 UK universities offering a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate program, university application support, 100% free of university application, personal statements, and interview guidance. As Students Connect will be assisting you all through the process, submitting your application to the school, reviewing your personal statements, prepping you through interview guidance. If you have any applications, you're looking forward to the May intake. As I said earlier, May intake application is ongoing. September intake application is ongoing. Kindly reach out to us to assist with all of this process. Now, I'll be handing over to my colleague, Micheline, to take us through the UK student visa. Thank you. Over to you, Micheline.
Hello, Michelin. I think we cannot hear you properly.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Great. Thank you so much, Joy, for the insights shared. Diving right in, I'll be walking you through the next guiding that you need. Okay, now we just had a clear understanding of the university application stage. Let's move on to the next critical step, which is the UK student visa process. Now, I'll be guiding you through the requirements, the timelines we go through, and the financial preparation needed to successfully secure your visa and start education, your educational journey in the UK. And so, to go through the visa process, now, the visa journey follows a particular sequence, okay, that will enable you meet all the home office requirements. Now, what we'll be looking at are 5 steps. We'll go through the deposit step, the CAS interview, the documents, then like when the CAS is issued, through to the visa application itself. Okay. Now, the first thing which has to do with the deposit. Okay. Once you have received your unconditional offer, the first thing you need to do is to pay your initial deposit. Now, to understand what initial deposit payment does to the progress of your application, this amount is usually stated in your offer, okay, as the amount you need to pay to the university as your financial commitment to secure your slot on the course. Most importantly, to proceed to the next stage of your application process. Once the deposit is paid, you receive from the university an invitation to CAS Shield. Okay. Now it takes us to the next step, which is the CAS interview. What is CAS in the first place? Now, the confirmation of acceptance for studies letter is what I'm talking about, CAS. Okay, it's usually an official document issued by a UK university to an international student who has been offered a place on the course as a crucial requirement that you need to proceed to applying for a UK student visa. Okay, and without this document, you cannot proceed with your application. Okay, you cannot proceed with your application. And out of 90 um, 90 out of 100 universities would request for a CAS interview. Now, that is where we are, the CAS interview. The next thing after paying your deposit is receiving an invitation to CAS, and you need to actually attend a credibility interview with the university. Okay. Now, step three.
Hi, Micheline. I think you're having a connection problem. Sorry, everyone, for this inconvenience. I think my colleague is having connection problem. It should be sorted within the next few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I think she got disconnected. She'll be joining very soon. Yeah, she just joined.
Hi, Rajan,
Hi,
can you hear
Michelle.
me?
Yes, yes, yes. I think you had a connection problem. So no
Oh,
worries. Yes,
and I'm
just
talking
continue.
on
No
as well.
worries.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, where did I get to before the disconnection?
I think you were on the cast issue. Like once someone actually passed the cast interview, after that, what is happening?
Yes, once you receive your cars, I mean, after paying your deposit, the next thing is receiving your invitation to cars and to sit for a credibility interview with the university is what you need to give attention to. The next step, which is a step three, is document.
Hi, I think she's having some network issues. Uh, so sorry for any inconvenience, students. Just to actually continue from what exactly she was saying, that here, once the CAS is issued, the documents you require to submit for or to request for the car, like visa, you have to actually provide few documents. I think my colleague joined again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry
Hi,
for the
Michelle.
sorry for the disconnection.
No worries. No worries. Yeah. You were
Okay.
saying the
So,
documents that were required.
exactly. So aside your valid passports, academic records, and then your English proficiency shared via the CAS Shield, your financial document and your TB test certificate are what you need to meet the documentation requirements to a UK university. Now, common pitfalls to receiving a CAS are usually when the student has no financial evidence or there are incorrect personal details, which would actually hold up your CAS issuance as a student. Moving on to step 4 is your CAS issued. Your CAS issued. Now, once the university is satisfied, the confirmation of acceptance for studies letter is issued, which takes us to the next step, the visa application. Yes, finally, once your CAS is issued, you can officially begin your UK student visa application and visit the VFS Center for your biometrics. Next slide, please. Okay, now looking at the CAS interview process. Getting into the whole CAS interview process, it is usually held online via telephone, a Zoom meeting, Teams, or through the CAS Shield recording. You don't need to travel because of the remote nature of this interview. Now, these sessions are typically lasting for between 25 to 40 minutes. It depends on the university, actually. Okay. Then for the CAS interview questions, you need to be prepared to discuss your reason for choosing the UK. Of course, students would have considered other countries before finally deciding or going to the UK. So you need to be prepared to explain this, why you chose the university, why you are going with the course that you have been given an offer for, how it aligns with your previous studies, and as well how this degree fits into your long-term career plans. Okay, now this is just to get a genuine interest of the student for the university, for the UK, and for your course as well. Next slide, please. Now, talking about the bank statement and maintenance funds, you need to prepare adequately in terms of your financial preparation. Okay, for a UK student visa, one of the most important parts of the process is a financial preparation. Now, this is where the student needs to be most careful about because you must prove you have enough funds maintained to cover both your living expenses and the rest of the tuition. Okay, now here's a clear breakdown. Now, the amount you need after paying your initial deposit is the rest of the fees. Let's say your fees cost £18,000 and you pay an initial deposit of 8,000. What is left is 10,000. You need to show this in your bank account. Okay. Now, the financial preparation where you need to give attention to is the amount. Okay. You don't want to have less the amount in your account. Let's look at the living expenses as well. For living expenses, when your school is inside London, your living expenses per year is about £13,761. And your school is outside London, your living expenses for the whole year, your academic year, is £10,539. Okay. Moving on to what is so you need to add the living expenses, the amount left. Okay, the amount left. You need to add what is left of your tuition to the living expenses, depending on where the location of your university, whether it's inside London or outside London. Now, the fund maturity. Okay, these funds would is this where you consider the number of days that your funds would be maintained. Okay, now you need to maintain the funds for at least 28 consecutive days before you apply for your visa. And when it comes to account ownership, the account must be one in the student's name or your first blood relative, which is usually your mother or father. Okay, these are the accounts recognized by Home Office. Okay, now you also need to prove that your evidence by showing, okay, after you pay your deposit, you show the evidence of your deposit paid to the university in addition to the bank statement. Moving on to the next slide. Now, this brings us to the phase of your CAS and your visa application. Your CAS and your visa application. The first thing you are looking at is your application fees and your biometrics. Now, once your documents are verified, you move on to the next thing. You pass your interview. You pass your interview. And at Student Connect, Once you are assigned a counselor who walks you through the process, like Joyce said, your counselor would prep you through this process. Okay, you know how to genuinely introduce what you intended to do, your course, everything, all your interest shown to the university through to the class stage is what you're going to. You'll be prepared for it. You don't need to worry about that. You then complete your online visa application, where Student Connect, of course, moves you through the process. We'll be walking you through the entire stage. Now, you must also pay your visa application fee. How much goes into this? Now, your visa application fee currently costs £524. Okay, the immigration health surcharge, also which is known as the IHS, costs £776 per year. Now, after paying, you attend the VFS appointment per your application. Okay, that's when you submit your biometrics, your financial documents, including your TB test certificate. Okay, next slide, please. Now, who we are at Students Connect, okay, we are committed to making this stress free for every student who comes into contact with Student Connect. Student Connect offers free CAS and visa interview guidance. You don't need to stress yourself. Allow Student Connect to walk you through the process without you paying anything. Yes, I said it costs you nothing. We also provide you end-to-end assistance with the online application process at no cost. And then moving into the student's life as a student who is incoming or looking forward to study in the UK, once your visa is handed over to you, the real adventure begins. Now, to tell you more when you arrive at the UK, my colleague will take you through. Over to you, Redron, on how a student can live in the UK.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Micheline. Thank you, Joy, as well, for this informative topic so far. Right now, I'm going to talk about the student life in the UK, which is, I would say, as an international student myself, I will definitely speak about my experience as well. But the few things you still need to know once you get your visa or apply for the visa. First thing, once you get the visa, even before arriving here in the UK, is your online enrollment. You make sure once you apply for the visa, you go to your university application portal, you go and finish the online enrollment and make sure everything that is requested there is uploaded. Right after that, once you successfully receive a visa, what these days in the UK there is no BRP card, so you have to have your e-visa. In order to have your e-visa, right after getting your visa successful email, you have to actually go set up the UKVA account. Once you set up that UKVA account, they will ask you to provide you some information, some photos as well, and after that, your e-visa will be activated. With that e-visa, you have to actually come here or you can travel through the immigration. And once you are here in the UK, it's very important you finish your on-campus enrollment as well. You have to go visit your campus. You have to go there, speak with the registrar or someone who will help you with your on-campus enrollment. These three things is very important because if you do not do enrollment, online enrollment and on-campus enrollment on time, then it's higher chance you might not be able to actually get the seat and your cost can be curtailed as well. Yeah. So yeah, right after that, the few questions, like most important questions right now students have, this is what is about the accommodation here in the UK. Specifically in London, accommodation is very costly, and in other places as well, accommodation is very costly. So the first thing I would suggest students, if you are looking to live in university accommodation, I will give you an insight why you should live it in university accommodation. And if you think you do not have that budget, you can always uh, live with someone else or have, like, rent private shared accommodation. So just to give an idea about the university accommodation here, the university accommodation ranges from 500 to 1200 pound per month. It depends definitely on the universities, because some university which are based in London, their university accommodations is quite high, whereas university accommodation in Liverpool or other cities is quite cheap. It's cheap as 500 pound per month. So the benefit of living in university accommodation is all these university accommodations is always near your campus. So you do not have to actually travel a lot. It's basically 5, 10, or even 15 minutes away from your campus. And always secured because you will be living in an accommodation where other students are living as well. It's a very secured and safe building. So if you are looking somewhere, want to live nearby and have that budget, we'll definitely ask you to go for university accommodation. To make sure you have this university accommodation, you have to contact with the university, or you can contact with us as well. We will make sure we apply for your university accommodation. But just to give you an idea, not every student get university accommodation because there isn't that many of place for these university accommodations. Right after that, if you cannot secure university accommodation or you do not have the budget, you can always go for private shared accommodation. Basically, you can rent a whole home with 2 or 3 bedrooms, and you can each students, usually students, and you can share those rooms with some other people. You, although it is like from our side, we cannot help you with anything, but we definitely actually ask our students, if you're going for private shared accommodation, make sure you are going it through any agency or verified agency. Always look for websites like Zoopla, Share, Spare Room, this kind of websites where there are verified people who are, we like you, want to actually rent this shared accommodation. So I will always suggest, before renting this shared accommodation, make sure you are verifying who else is staying there and verified with the landowner, like landlord as well. Yeah, this is, and usually this shared accommodation budget rent is bit low compared to university accommodation. It ranges from £400 to £900 depending on which city or area you're living in. Right after this, the next best important thing is to register for these 3 places. First is your GP. Because you've already paid your HSV during your visa application, you are here liable for free GP, or NHS we call here. So GP is basically a medical place where you do not have to pay anything for any of your medical need. So you make sure when you come here, you register with your GP. Now to register with the GP, you always have to actually register the place or the accommodation you are staying at. So nearby area, you have to register for GP, because during registering your GP, all they would ask is your passport, your e-visa, and also the proof of your accommodation, like where exactly you are living. So these 3 documents are required. So make sure you have this with you while registering for a GP. This is very important. You have to do it as soon as you come here. Right after that, it's opening a UK bank account. As an international student, usually you cannot just open bank account with your passport. You need to have letter from your university that yes, you are registered as a student. You also need to provide your e-visa and other documents, basically a bank letter from your university, with which like these banks will allow you to open a bank account. If you wish to actually save your money or have the money deposited on your bank account, make sure you open your bank account right after you're coming here in the UK. And lastly, NI number. When you're coming here, if you are allowed to work 20 hours per week, in order to work under any employer, you have to make sure you have registered for NI. NI is basically a national insurance number. So you have to apply online. During Once you apply, during that time you can work. That's not a problem. You can, with your employer, you can always share this application number for NI number. Usually it takes 1 or 2 weeks to get your NI number. Once you have that NI number, you have to share it with your employer so that when they pay you, they will pay you through this NI number. So this 3 is very important as soon as you arrive here in the UK. Yeah, right after that, I want to talk about few things like what work rights do you have as a student, what are the discounts you're eligible for, and what kind of support you can get from university. First, it is the work right you can as a student. You have 20 hours per week during your university term time. During your vacation time, you can always actually work full time, and when you're in work placement, you can always work full time as well. So these are your rights. Make sure you always know about it. After that, the minimum wage. from this April 2026, the minimum wage for anyone aged 21 or over is £12.71, and anyone who's below age 18, their minimum wage is 10.85. Doesn't matter you're doing part-time work or what, but this is the minimum wage your employer have to pay you according to your age. Then after that, the transport and the student discount. Once you are here through the travel card or the transportation, the legal transportation who are looking after in UK, you can always make your student Vesta photo card. Once you make that, you are eligible for 30% discount during your travel. It can be through bus, it can be through train or railway as well. So make sure you have a student Western photo card. You can apply it online through, we'll provide you the link in the end, and also you can also search it on the Google. Apart from it, try to register in Totem Unidays student base. These are basically where you can get discounts like for 13, 40, or even 10, 15% discount in your foods, if you need any equipments like laptops, phones, or even like clothing as well. So make sure you use the full potential of the discounts. And lastly, the university support. While you're a student, in all the university, there are student support group, there is student support team, career team, everything. So make sure once you're here as a student, once you're studying, you also go to this, see these teams, this university support or career teams, ask them how to create a UK standard CV, because in UK there have to be a specific standard for the CVs. Then speak with the career team, ask them where you can manage part-time jobs, because they are the, I would say, first people who can help you with part-time jobs or later on even internships as well. And yeah, you can always find these part-time jobs in Indeed, Read, or even LinkedIn. These are some of the well-known pages where you can find part-time jobs. So these are all about work right, the discounts you're eligible for, and what kind of university support you can get. Lastly, as Student Connect, we have our head office is based in London. So as we have office, we have people here, so we're always here to help you during your enrollment. So we provide free enrollment guidance to make sure you have a smooth enrollment process in your university. And also we have a huge community. Our all the alumni of Student Connect, all the previous students who are here from different countries, we're always here to help you, and we always make sure if you want to connect with those students or those groups, you can always make sure that we connect with them, and let's you can actually settle in easily once you have friends or people from the same country or place. So yeah, this is all about the student life in the UK, what you can do, what are your rights, and what kind of support you can get from us Student Connect. Now I would like my colleague Sajid to talk more about the work opportunities here in the UK. Yes, Sajid.
Hello, hi everyone. Yep, I hope yeah every one of you can hear me. So yep, I'll be talking about the work opportunities in the UK, which is something that comes once you're done with your like study and everything as well. So yep, in the next slide, we will be talking about the post-study work permit. So once you are having a look at this slide, that means by this time you are already done with your graduation, be it an undergrad or a master's. You are already done with your studies. Now you are full-fledged ready to take it to the next stage. Now you have an additional extension. So this is a very crucial point where you get a visa extension for a PSW, for an undergrad or a master's. You get the PSW for 18 months, and for a PhD degree, you get it for a time period of like 3 years. So now in this period, it's really important to understand that you do not have any restrictions on your work limit. That means there is no such thing as a part-time or a full-time work permit. You can work as much as you want to, and you do not necessarily you need to have like a sponsored job or any type of visa to be working full-time, maybe in a certain company. And in the next slide, we will be talking more about how to extend this route. like getting job ready. Now this point is very crucial because at this stage you are already trying to make the best use of your time, be it 18 months or a 3 years period. So you will be, trying to look more into the settled jobs, which will give your future a definition. Now, the first thing, as there's a saying, that the first impression is the best impression. And when it comes down to applying for a job, your CV is your first impression. Your CV says 1,000 words. Now, making a CV or, preparing a CV is more than 50% of what can ensure a good job. Now, the most important thing here is you definitely need to follow a British format CV. In the British format CV, the first term rule is that there should be no picture. So you do not need to put a picture of you, and it must be very concise as well, like a maximum of 2 pages. We try to keep it short and concise, like 1 page. But if someone is having a vast experience, you must be able to wrap it up by 2 pages. And also, so what should be the contents of a CV, right? It kind of varies in a sense that, let's imagine like you are applying for a healthcare role, right? So your CV must reflect the experience that you have held so far in this particular area. Or so let's say you are applying in a tourist industry or something like that, yeah, maybe in the hospitality sector. So you will be trying to focus more on experience that focuses to the relevant sector. And now, where to find the jobs? A very important question for anyone who is trying to come to the UK is, where can you find the job? And most importantly, yep, are there jobs in the UK? Trust me or not, there are more than enough jobs in the UK. I mean, this is something that I can personally verify, because when I came to the UK, at the very first place, the first website that I went through is Indeed or LinkedIn. So these are the verified and the biggest job searching machines. Now Indeed has tons of jobs as well, starting from the initial jobs that you might want to go through the survival stage, from the very professional jobs that will take you to the to the next chapter of your career. You can get every types of jobs in these websites. Now, a very important addition is to update your LinkedIn profile. Now, when we are actually coming for any course in the UK, our ultimate goal is to land a good job or be an entrepreneur. So yeah, be it a job or be it a business, right? You must always be corporate ready. And when we say corporate ready, we mean to have a very good LinkedIn profile. And the third, this is, last but not the least, a very good networking. You never know where help might come to you from, right? So a very good networking always gives this additional push. Yeah. Let's say, having a network in your university, like while you are studying, please try to spend some extra time in your university, meaning that don't just go to universities, get done with the classes and come back home. Now it gets very boring, trust me. What you can do is, once you're done with study, try to join the clubs, the university clubs, the career clubs. Yeah, there are two advantages. Yeah, number one, it it kind of gives you a very good time pass, and number two, you can achieve a very good real life career experience as well. How the real life corporate world works, how the job sector works, and no one knows, you might get a very good reference that will help you land a very good job as well. And yep, if we just move to the next slide. All right, so job hunting, finding vacancies, as I already mentioned it earlier slide as well. So where to get the job? Look, here's the sequence. First of all, before going to find any jobs, number one, you need to be prepared, right? By being prepared, we mean to have a very good polished CV, right? When you have a polished CV, you go to LinkedIn or Indeed, right, where you must carefully read the job description. Look, every job is not for everyone, but there is definitely the right job for you, right? So you need to actually find the right job, and once you find the right job, right, you try to apply. So you can either apply through Indeed, LinkedIn, yeah, or the third-party job apps, or some companies, they do directly have an option to apply from their website, right? So it's really important to have a well prepared CV and a tailored CV. Like, you can keep like 2 to 3 versions of your CV. And, once you find a job, right, you can actually, yeah, maybe upload or apply to those jobs. And in-demand jobs. Now, in-demand jobs, so IT and data, then the hospitality and retail, and most importantly, the healthcare, business, education, and logistics, supply chain. These are the most prominent sectors, the trending job sectors in the UK. Now, if we're talking about the survival job, once you land to the UK, the hospitality and retail has the most number of jobs that will initially help you to survive in the UK as a student. But once you're done with the graduation, once you are in this slide, that means you are a very mature student and you are ready to take the next leap of your study route. You actually have a lot of options open, right? As mentioned here, 5 to 6 options. So these are the options that will actually help you, to get an easy job. And even if you go to the website, right, you can see a lot of jobs, like, yeah, more than hundreds of thousands of jobs are in demand in these sectors. All right. And the best cities, a very important question is that which city should I be coming to? So definitely you see London being the capital, right? I mean, it has the most number of jobs. And but apart from London, there's Birmingham, there's Manchester. And by London, Birmingham, or Manchester, we don't, necessarily mean, that specific location only. Yeah. By London, we mean it's a central London, plus 20 to 30 kilometers radius as well. By Birmingham, we mean Birmingham, yeah, and plus the surrounding cities as well. And by Manchester, we mean the Manchester plus Leeds and a bit of surrounding cities as well. These are the very prominent cities. Although London gets a bit expensive, London has the most number of jobs. Birmingham and Manchester, these have jobs and is a bit cheap, compared to London as well. And yep, if I just move on to the next slide. So yeah, our services, firstly, we will show you how a proper CV is done, right? We will give you the template. We will give you like every single details on how you can prepare your own CV, and based on the sorry, there was a bit of internet glitch, so sorry about that. And yeah, so we help you with the CV preparation as well. And for the job hunting guidance, we try to look whenever you are trying to apply through us here, you are actually, in a journey with us. So we are committed to give you, more like an experience of a lifetime. That means we are not talking only about the courses. We are not talking only about the tuition fees. We are talking about a lifestyle here. What courses fits you, what programs fits you. Most importantly, we will be giving you a bit of suggestions on the job hunting as well. Thank you so much. That should be everything from my end. And now I would be more than glad to go back to my host, Mr. Rajan, to take it further. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sajid. Thank you everyone who has participated on this webinar. So now actually I want to, as it's been already 40 minutes, we'll take some questions. If you have any questions, you can ask right away, or I've already provided a link which you have to fill out, and one of our counselor will directly contact you if you're interested to study or go through the journey with Student Connect. And also, if you like this presentation, you can leave your email address on the comment. We'll send you this presentation. And if you want to contact us, these are our branch office information, contact numbers, address. You can always give us a call, send email, or even visit our branch offices as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it from our side. Hopefully it was informative and you guys enjoyed it. We'll be sharing the webinar recording in our YouTube page as well. So thank you so much everyone for your time and interest, and wish you all the best with your UK study plans. We look forward to supporting you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I think we have a question as well. Someone just asked a question in the chat box.
Okay.
How do I get a scholarship to study in the UK?
Yes. Sorry, I missed that question comment. Basically, UK have scholarships. UK University does provide a scholarship, but it ranges from 2,000 to 4 or 5,000. I believe my colleague already mentioned that, but it's not that much. It's ranges usually from 2,000 to 4,000 or 5,000. Some university provide 6,000 scholarship as well, but that too you have to have very good result, and also you have to pay deposit quite early. Yeah. Apart from it, yeah, unfortunately there is no fully funded scholarship as well. So yeah, yes, I think we have one person who wants to ask question. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, that unfortunately there is no fully funded scholarship through us. However, you can always apply for Chevening scholarship or a great scholarship, which you can find links on Google as well. And yeah, yeah, I think one Miss Gankurama, I think you had a question. Okay. So as the question is, how different is the application and admission process when you want to do a distance program? So basically, here in the UK, if you are going for distance program or basically it's an online course, you do not have to request for CAS. So that's the easiest part. You will say application or admission process is quite easy in that case. You do not actually have to provide English language requirements. Usually, most of the time, you do not have to provide bank statement to request for CAS. Anything that is needed to request for CAS is not required at all. So application admission process is quite easy and quite fast as well. All you need to do is provide your passport, your CV, your academic documents, apply, you will get the offer letter, and from there you will actually pay deposit. And once you pay deposit, you secure your place there in the UK. Yeah. Is there any other question? Okay. Those who actually provided the email address will send you the presentation, and those who are still interested to get this presentation, please contact us. I have provided the link on the comment. You can fill it out. One of our counselor can contact you directly, and we can also share this presentation with you. Are there offices in Kenya? Unfortunately, we do not have any office right now here in the Kenya. However, we have office in Nigeria, Ghana, and our head office is in London. So you can always give us a text on WhatsApp or even give us a call on WhatsApp. I have shared my WhatsApp number, but again, I will, as I've said, that fill out that form and we can actually the link is not opening from my. Okay, okay, no worries. I will actually send you an email. Can you please just provide me your email address? I can send you an email with this presentation and also the link for the form. Yes, as I was saying that although we do not have office in Kenya, but you can directly contact us on WhatsApp as well. One of our team member can contact you, help you with your queries and your application as well. Is there anything? Okay. Any more question? All right. I think that's pretty much it. As I've said, we have recorded this webinar and we'll be sharing it in our YouTube. Always, please make sure you go through the webinar if you need any information from here. And please feel free to contact us directly on our WhatsApp or email as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you who joined. Thank you who registered. Or thank you as well who commented. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. It was really nice having you all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, bye.